We've been talking about democracy and its connection to education this week. Does anybody want to cover that connection for us in your own words real quickly? Right, it's an educational principle. And what is a principle? Because I said in the march from ideas to plans to applications, ideas are always perfect, plans are always principled, and applications are always flawed. So what is that principle that's between the idea and the application?
Is it like a claim? Is like, in a sense, a claim? Like telling the truth is a good principle.
Right. Okay, so always tell the truth, right? Honesty is the best policy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a principle. Are you looking up the actual definition of principle right now?
Yeah, is that okay?
Oh, that'd be great, yeah.
A fundamental truth or proposition that serves as the foundation for a system or belief or behavior or for a chain of reasoning.
Okay. So, a principle is specifically a claim that acts as a foundation for a way of thinking, doing, acting, behaving. It is a means of putting an idea into practice. So when we talk about democracy as an educational principle, we're saying democracy is...
It's an ideal.
Yes, that's good, right? Just like what is a cheetah? It's an animal. But tell me specifically, what is democracy? Forget about education. Let's just say what democracy is, and then talk about why that's an educational principle.
The one that always sticks out for me is like it's by the people, for the people.
By the people, for the people. Democracy is the idea that all people should be involved in the decision-making processes of society. Why? What is the claim that supports that? There's David. David, you got your notes?
Yes.
Do you have a job or something before this? Because you're...
Yeah.
Is there a way for you to come on time? Or are you always going to be late? Should I just accept this?
I'm gonna quit this job.
You're going to quit this job?
Yes.
Not because I pressured you, right?
Yes.
Because I pressured you? Well, if you need the money, it's okay, but just let me know so that I'm not habitually worried that you're not going to show up, right? Thank you. So democracy is the claim that all people should be involved in the decision-making process of society. Why? What is the descriptive claim underneath that?
Everyone's voice is valuable.
Why? Why is everyone's voice valuable? Valuable is still normative. If you're saying valuable, valuable means good, important. It's making a judgment of value, so it's normative.
Everyone has their own opinion.
And why is that? Why is it important to hear other people's ideas? Aren't some ideas better than others?
Everyone should be part of the society, right?
Why? Why does that make society better?
Because they are a part of society, so they should be too.
Okay, they are a part of society, but devil's advocate. Why can't meritocracy be the educational principle? The smartest people should move to the top. They are the tip of the rocket, and they'll pull everybody else with them. If you're not smart enough, you're not quick enough, you're slowing society down. Why shouldn't that be an educational principle?
Because no one knows how you feel except yourself.
Because you don't know, right? Every individual is the expert of their own experience. And so when you pool together everybody's ideas and experiences, you end up with a richer, more informed society, more interconnected, more knowledgeable. You never know where the good idea is going to come from. Better meaning there are more ideas, more creativity, more possibilities for forward progression. Now, why is that idea that we should all be involved, why is that an educational principle?
Because we can learn from other people, so it's like to make a kind of democracy type thing where everyone's individual experience is like contributing to everything like as a whole. That creates a lot of knowledge.
Right. So the way of action that is democracy involves everybody learning from and growing through each other's experiences. We draw each other out and become fuller versions of ourselves in the company of others in ways that we cannot be on our own. Now, I've tried to simplify this because I know students in the past get really confused, like, what is democracy? You give us a bunch of things that it's not. So I try and make it very clear. It's exchange, it's coordination, and it's decision. And that process expands us into something more knowledgeable, more connected to one another, and more purposeful as a society. That's the idea of democracy as an educational principle. Today we're going to put it into practice. Today, I'm going to not talk at all. And you are going to decide in a democratic fashion what we're going to do. Lab number 2, democratic conversation. You have the ability to hear and challenge claims and develop them. That was our first exam. You have the ability to analyze current educational practices, looking at all their complex parts and their effects. This was exam number 2. And is that in line with the claims that we're making about what is good for learning and what we want children to learn? That's your gingerbread kids. You have a list of things that you want people in society to learn. You have the ability to assess those practices, to name their ideal benefits, and notice their potential practical issues. Using all of this, I want you to decide what you want to talk about. Here are the things that you have on hand. You've just done a really cool reading about video games and good learning. You have all the past readings. I'm going to leave Gaucho Space open if anybody wants to pull up a Gaucho Space thread that you want to turn into a conversation for today. And you have me. I'm going to be standing here with my markers. Anything you want up, just point at me and I will draw it. Otherwise, I'm going to be enjoying my beet hummus. And you get to decide, of all the things we've talked in this class, what is an instance that gets you excited? What is a problem in today's school system that you want to deal with? Anything at all. Work as a group. Make sure everybody is involved. That's the hardest thing. Make sure everybody's voice comes out somehow. Maybe that means that one of you has to be the policeman who walks around and keeps track of who. I don't know. Maybe it just means you go around in an orderly fashion. It's your choice. How democracy is done is never settled. The only thing that's settled is everybody's involvement. Do we understand? Okay, I'm done.